What's up, people? So, last video I started talking about the refurb fee and Gamestop's inability to actually send their product off to be cleaned and still charge you for your CDs. Um, I've actually run into this quite a few times where they charge you 75 cents to $1 to $2 for what they call refurb. Um, it's total bullshit. If they tell you they have to, they're bullshitting you. They're making up a whole nother reason to not give you your full credit. Because Blu-rays are hard as fuck to scratch. They're hard as fuck to do anything to. That's why they're Blu-ray. Um, they're made hard as fuck. They're made that way. They're made to not be scratched because they tell you that when you buy. They're like, oh, I don't understand why you're looking at them because it's a Blu-ray disc. They're hard to scratch. Um, okay, Mr. GameStop employee. If they're hard as fuck to scratch, why are you charging me a refurb fee? Well, we have to. No, you don't, because you're not going to send it off. You've, in fact, never sent the shit off because I can get you to go behind there, pull out every single fucking game you have, and I guarantee you more than half of them need to be sent the fuck off. It cost us money. No shit, that's why you're charging us a refurb fee. Or at least that's what the fuck it's supposed to be. They don't do it. So when they tell you we're charging you a refurb fee, slap them in the face and take your shit elsewhere. Because they're not doing their damn job. I've caught them doing this several times. When you buy a used game from them, make sure you look at it before you leave. Like, seriously, look at the shit before you go home. These systems are more sensitive than a bitch and will brick on you for plugging in a CD that is broken. They break for plugging them in backwards. They break for plugging them in. They break for turning them on. You think they won't break for you plugging in a CD if it's got a hairline scratch on it? Bitch, you must be out your mind. Look at that bitch. Buying a used game from GameStop is risky. And I mean risky. It's like poking your skin with a rusted needle risky. Check that bitch. That's why I always look at them bitches. If it's not up to my standards, I don't buy it. I'll be like, you got another copy? And if they tell me no, I don't buy it. I've gotten to the point where I won't even buy floor copies of games because they try to pull that shit on you all the fucking time. Well, we have to have a display copy. Yeah, you have to have a floor copy, which means you bought it at the store. I'm not buying your copy, bitches. Now it's used. You opened it up out the cellophane. It's now a used copy. Because if I take a game in there and it's still in the cellophane, bitch, you gonna open it and you gonna be like, well, it's used because it's open. They've pulled this shit before and with me. Trust me, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is how they work. If you take them a game console, if you were to take this to them in this box and say, right here where this is, if this was to have a piece of tape over it and it didn't look like it had even been removed, they would purposely remove it and then tell you now it's used. So they wouldn't have to give you full credit for a non-open new system. That is how shady they are. I get that GameStop is everywhere, so it's hard as fuck to come across some honest shit, but they do have a lot of shady practices when it comes to trading. And one of them is that refurb fee. And another one is actually getting them to admit when they're wrong. Because they will do everything in their power to be like, we're not. I bought this game for $30. And like I said, it wasn't a floor model. It wasn't a floor copy. They tried to give me the floor copy of this. I told them to fuck off. I was like, you can give me a used copy for $30. They're like, well, a used copy is $35. Bitch, if you give me the floor copy for $30, it's gonna be the used copy, brand new for $30. And they were like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm like, bitch, it's gonna be used and it's gonna be $30, and that's what it's gonna say on the receipt, because I'm not giving you $30 for a floor copy when it's used, meaning you opened it, you took the game out. That is considered used, because if I come in here with a game that I never played and it has a piece of fucking tape over it, you're gonna say, oh, it's used. Not that it's a floor copy from another fucking store, dipshit, because if I take this to another goddamn Gamestop, they're gonna pull the same shit. I know the game. I've played it long enough. And they try to get smart with you. They do. They try to get smart with you all the time. Trust me, I've seen it happen. And I've been a part of it. So just trust me. If they try to pull that refurb shit with you, don't let them pull that refurb shit with you. Ask them to show you some games. Ask them. Be like, can I see like a couple of games? Just ask them. Be like, what? Before you charge me a refurb fee, can I see like 7 or 8 games? Just from random ass systems. Pull like 3 from the Xbox 360 and pull like 4 from the Wii. They'll get nervous because they don't know which ones do and which ones don't have big ass fucking scratches. They have an idea, but they don't know for sure. Like, they'll want to hand you something, but they're not gonna want to hand you something at the same time because they don't know what does and what doesn't have scratches on there, because they don't send those games off like they tell you to your face. Oh, we send them off. No, you don't. I know for a fact they don't. I've done this little number at least 5 times. I've bought a game, gone to my car, sat in my car, had it in my hand, opened it up, took the CD out because it was busy in the store and I didn't want to hold up the fucking line. Looked at the back of that bitch, put that bitch right back in this into the CD holder, closed that bitch up, got out of my car and walked right back in there and said, I need my money back. And they said, what's wrong? And I said, that CD is scratched to hell and back. Why would you sell that to me? You wouldn't plug that shit into your gaming console. Why would you give that to me? And then with a straight face, they literally, I sure as shit wouldn't put that in my gaming seat, into my gaming console. You're absolutely right. I make them look at it and say, would you plug it into your gaming console? And if they wouldn't plug it into their gaming console, they're not selling it to me. And believe me, a lot of times they are not plugging it into their gaming console. Which means, why are they going to give it to you? If they won't plug it into their gaming console, they sure as shit shouldn't sell it to you. GameStop should have standards up fucking here. But unfortunately, here's Walmart in the retail world. GameStop should be way the fuck up here. Unfortunately, in reality, they're way the fuck down here. Because they do one fucking thing and they can't even do it right. GameStop deals in video games and new and used video games, and that's it. And where they should be up here, because a lot of other companies now deal in new and used video games, like Walmart and Best Buy, they're underneath. Because Best Buy, they send their shit the fuck off before they put it on the floor. And even Walmart sends their shit the fuck off because they know that everything else they do is shitty. If they can't get anything else right, they want to make sure that their products are gonna fucking work. So, like I said, if they want to charge you a refurb fee, before they charge you that refurb fee, ask them to see 7 games. Any 7 games. Tell them they don't need to think about it. Just pull 7 games. Tell them 3 from the Xbox 360 and 4 from the Wii. Just pick the first 4 they come across from the Wii and the first 3 they see on the 360. And I guarantee you, over half of those games will be scratched to shit and back and need to be sent the fuck off. And those games that I was telling you about, I'm talking about Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. Every one of those discs, like someone literally did this little number across the sidewalk with it. And when I showed it to him, I was like, aren't you supposed to send stuff like looking like that in to be cleaned? And with a straight face, this guy looked at me and goes, well, technically I was like, technically it's supposed to look like what? Is it supposed to be broke on one side? I'm like, because that's irreplaceable and you're not going to get that back. So technically that should be sent the fuck off. And technically you should be fired for selling it to me because you wouldn't plug it into your gaming console. And the guy was like, I was like, what? Dude, if we reversed roles right now, I would expect this from you because I'm the one behind the counter selling you a game. And I should know better because I'm the one working in the industry. Like I said, this is all I wanted to talk about because I feel like nobody else is talking about it. These companies like GameStop are getting away with real shitty practices like refurb fees, and they themselves don't do what they're telling you. A refurb fee is supposed to pay for the postage for that game, the CD part of that game, to be sent the fuck off, to be refurbed, to be cleaned. Now, there was a time and a point in time where GameStop actually had their giant CD cleaner in the back of their store. Yes, when they first opened, and it was PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, because PlayStation 1 was the only CD console. And then the Dreamcast came out, and it was another CD console along with the PlayStation 1. And then you had this Sega Saturn with and CDs became the route of gaming, and it just got too much, and they tore out the CD part of that. And I'm like, why would you tear out the CD part? If it's going to become nothing but CDs, wouldn't it make more sense to hold on to the one thing you could hold on and keep in the back, and then just have constantly going, and have someone back there changing them out all the fucking time? Wouldn't that make more sense? Because I know a mom and pop store 30 minutes from where I live that has 4 different fucking ones, and they sell majority of what they sell is CDs. So when you buy a CD based game, they look at it, and the person who's selling it to you, if it's not up to their standards and they won't put it in their gaming console, they'll ask you, hey, before you buy this, can I run it in the CD cleaner? And if you tell them no, they'll tell you that it looks like shit, and they'll show it to you, and they'll be like, it takes 5 minutes to clean. And then they'll go clean it, and then they'll show it to you again, and it looks brand fucking new for 5 minutes. Who doesn't have 5 minutes to wait on a CD cleaner to do its thing so it looks brand fucking new? And, they were like, oh, it costs this, it costs that. Bitch, the one thing that gaming has gone into, which is CDs, you pretty much needed to keep. You got rid of. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've had any issue with GameStop, with any of their practices being refurbished, being shitty CDs that you bought for gaming that they've sold you, and then gone back in and basically thrown them at the people because they sold it to you, knowing full well they sold you some shitty merchandise, and then they look at you like, it's your fault because you came in here. Shitty customer service, that's another thing. Type it in the comments. I'll be looking. Just whatever. Anyway, I gotta get up out this bitch. I'll see y'all next time.